Okay, so I know I said I would take a little video. It just poured rain here, so that's why I was waiting. Here's the remote start. CompuStar, and you hold the key button till it turns green. Beep once at you. Then the car is going to start. And this will make sound. I've started this all the way in Walmart. And I parked the car as far as I could in the parking lot. But let me unlock it. So this will unlock it. And it'll stay started for 20 minutes. After that 20 minutes, it'll shut off. So you want to get in the car within the next 20 minutes and just put the key in there. So these headlights, the housings, I replaced them in, I want to say 2018, maybe the spring of 2019. This is where some dumbass hit my wife in the parking lot the other day. Obviously it's not bad. I mean, some of it could be buffed out. I have touch-up paint, and the rest of that could be touched up. It just kind of pissed me off. But I tinted the windows, I'd say 2018. As you can see, it's pretty solid. The tires on it, they're General Ultimax RT43s. The treads are still really good. I'll show you the back. Back treads are really good. So you can hold the trunk button. It'll beep at you. It unlocks the vehicle. Pops the trunk. All the lights back here functioning. Again, this is the XLS. Sorry, we have some obnoxious trucks that drive by. This is the XLS model, which is the luxurious model. Lots and lots of trunk space, spare tires underneath here. And there's like a little way to get into the vehicle through there. So I've actually put 2x4s in this car. But up here, you can see that's the original sub that I fixed. It bumps pretty well. But inside the car, so the steering wheel, a couple years ago, they start to decay from sun and discoloration. So I found real leather on Amazon, wrapped it around, and my wife actually hand stitched the whole steering wheel. So trust me, it looks a lot better than it did. The seats are in pretty good shape. One thing that's really nice is I'm 6'3", and I sit really well in this car. So I'm gonna put the seat back because my wife had it up. But you can see how long they are. I don't even think my truck seats are this long. So if you have a big ass or long legs, this thing's perfect. These mats, my buddies have always made fun of me. These were handmade in Mexico out of coconut husks. It's actually this pattern that they do, the calico. It's something that they put in Porsches. I just thought it was cool. Kind of went with like the vibe of the vehicle. But so when you get in, don't put your foot on the brake because the remote starts on. You want to just take the key and put it in the ignition and turn it without your foot on the brake, because if I put my foot on the brake, it's going to turn the car off. It's just like a smart feature. So now I can put my foot on the brake. But you can see in the XLS, they did all this nice like mahogany wood. Here's the dash. Obviously, no check engine lights are on. It actually left you plenty of gas. So it says $163 to 70. Has this cool, like it tells you the date, your fuel range. And I think if you hit display, it'll change. Like you can do your trip time, instant econ. Honestly, I never really used some of these things. I just like to see the fuel range. So in here, this is something I bought off Amazon. So it can Bluetooth to my phone. I used to make calls driving on the turnpike and stuff, and I could talk wirelessly through the vehicle. It's pretty cool, and they're really cheap. So it has a little cup holder, can push in, glove department. Other side, they give you plenty of storage space in there. They give you one of these things. I used to put all my junk in there. So I'm just gonna turn up the volume a bit here. What the heck is this? Oh geez.
Music commercial free.
They have something with some good bass on right now. So bass is on a 5 mid. I keep the treble pretty low, but I'll keep the bass at 5. I don't know what the heck song this is, but I'll let it play. I just want something with good bass for now. So here.
Tell me if you with it, 'cause I'm with it, babe. I haven't heard from you and I'm with it, babe. Just tell me what to do and I get it, babe. Gucci and Prada.
I won't turn it all the way up because I know you can't feel the bass in a video, but it's enough that my wife inside can absolutely hear that. Because when she likes to come home obnoxious, I can always hear it. So this has one of those, like it can sense the light. What the heck do you call it? I forget. So if somebody has their high beams on you, it's an auto dimmer. That's what it is. So it's not gonna blind you. But it's got the heated seats. They work well. One cool feature that even my new cars don't have. I've got a like this is the temperature gauge. Oh, that's one thing I did. I put a new thermostat in this. So this is accurate. So like I like it cold, right? The wife doesn't. So I can change hers. Well, duh, she would want it higher. But she can have on her end, like whatever she wants, and then I can keep it nice cold. And then when you hit the dual button, it'll put them both on that setting. And I'll pop the hood in a second, but headlights are good, high beams are good. Again, there's no lights on, turn signals. If I could get out of the vehicle right now, I'd show you everything's working properly. Lots of backspace. That's why I liked having this vehicle when we took it to Maine. We took it to North Carolina. Lots of space. All my buddies who've ridden in this would always say how much space this had. And this pulls down for like an extra cup holder and store all your junk. But yeah, so I'm trying to go slow. Videos aren't my expertise. But yeah, here, let me pop up the hood. So hood release is gonna be right here. One thing that I thought was really cool is like when a back tail light went out, a little light actually came on the dash. This thing has more lights on the dash than any vehicle I've ever had, in a good way. Like, I don't have a car that shows me when like a tail light's out. It's funny, it's old technology, but they don't even put it in new cars now. So there's been all kinds of cool stuff that this thing has that's been pretty cool. But you can hear right now, like you can hear the motor nice and quiet. So when you said as long as it doesn't have any exhaust leaks, a lot of times when the manifold's cracked, you can hear that. So under here, this Duralast, I think I put that in a year or two ago. I've recently this is where it would said 3.0 V6 Toyota. It's like the shield. The shield cracked, and it's not necessary, so I junked it. But you can see all new plugs. These were literally put in May. And the other plugs are a real bitch to get to. That's why when they do the plugs, you always do the timing belt and the water pump at the same time. Like if you had a tensioner, you could feel timing belts nice and tight. And they actually put this cool sticker. It's a Daco kit is what they call it. It comes with timing belt, water pump, plugs, and valve cover gaskets, because you have to take off the cover, so you might as well replace the valve cover gaskets. It was replaced at 160. Oh, okay, it was April 22. Okay, but you can Google Dayco timing belt kit. Outside of OEM, I'd say they're probably some of the best in the industry. But underneath is good. One thing that's a pain is when you go to change the oil, this thing's freaking hot. So even when you turn the engine off, and you turn your filter, I always burn my hand, so I got a little tool to get that job done. And since I'm doing this one-handed, when you come and check it out, I can show you the trans fluid is cherry red. 2 years ago, I flushed the trans, and I used real Toyota ATF. So there's real Toyota fluid in there. Outside of that, I know some people like to have the cover because it hides all this, but it's just a stupid cover and convinces you that whatever's underneath looks okay. So I like being able to see it. And since it's not daytime, the sun was hitting this, the brake fluid's still clear. So in the daytime when the sun's shining, it's translucent. Right now it just looks like it has maybe depth to it. But yeah, that's, honestly, that's pretty much it. So I guess this video is kind of long. Hope it helps.